yeah, it's one of those in carp fishing, unfortunately. We've been doing very well in two certain swims, as you guys know. You've been following us through the Syndicate. And sometimes in carp fishing it's hard to keep secrets. As much as we try, it's the word is out, and the word is out that me and Dad have been absolutely hammering them from two certain swims. I believe it's because we've fished spots that no one else does, and there's also been a lot of bait going from them swims via us. What I mean is pre-baiting everything. So like I say, the word's got out. Bit of a pain, but we can't grumble too much. I mean, God knows how many fish we caught. Just look back on previous episodes of the Syndicate, you'll see that we've been absolutely hauling from this lake, when a lot of other people haven't. You know, a lot of people are going in these swims just catching one or two. We're averaging, like me in my swim, 7, 8 and 9 a session. Dad 4, 5, 6 as well in his swim. But what we've done, we've come opposite now. Now we're still in that section of the lake. I'm looking at Dad now, he's bang opposite me, but it's a long walk round to his swim to go and see him, so obviously I won't be able to do that a lot during this session because I'll be too far away from the rods. I'm still fishing on them lilies. I've got overhangs which is behind the camera, but it'll be a case of sticking my waders out and plonking these right. Basically I'm going to wade out a little bit, plonk them around the corners, a few handfuls of bait, and that's it. That brings me onto it now. So basically the rig is still the same as last time. I'm going in with a 25-pound stiff link again with a size 4 hook, 3-ounce square on a lead clip, but what I'm going to do is adjust that rubber on the lead clip so the lead drops off. Like I say, this swim is more snaggier than the swim that I normally fish, so I've got to be on my rods, leads need to be dropped, and tackle needs to be up to scratch really in this swim, because like I say, it's hit and hold stuff, you know. Even bait runners off, you know, it could even be that. I haven't decided yet, but it could be. So that's the rig. So just thought we'd get that over with, but like I say, that could change during the session. But what we're going to do is, I think we're going to continue with the red spicy fish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one red spicy fish on me right hand rod. Get another hardened hook bait from Urban. I'm going to start off with that on the right hand rod. Did well with this last time, and then on the left hand rod we're going to go in with the tuna and garlic. So we're going to continue with the same bait. Like I say, last time I was here I had 9 on that, up to 31. But yeah, call that hook is sharp. That is pretty much it. Again, box standard tactics. Nothing I would say complicated about that rig at all. A lot of people go overboard with rigs and don't think you need to. Line, lead clip, 3-ounce square. I've got a snap link on there, 25-pound hook length, which is probably, I'd say, about 5 inch, maybe about 6 inch probably. Size 4, and a red spicy fish hardened hook bait. And I'll be fishing obviously the same freebies over the top. So that is pretty much it. So that's the intro of the show. Like I say, it's going to be interesting because, like I say, we're fishing the other side of where we've been putting a lot of bait. Let's see if we can drag them away from the swims that we've been catching them from. I feel confident. I think Dad feels confident as well. I'm looking over at him now. Bless him, he's getting everything ready. And like I say, I think it's about 7 o'clock, 7:15 in the morning. We got here for 6. You can't come on until 6 o'clock anyway, so because there's a booking system on the Syndicate. So I booked on for 6. Time I've had a little wander, I'm set up now. So I think that'll do for the intro. Ted's disappeared as usual because he loves it. And it's time to get some bait out while these dreaded seagulls are not about as well. So, but yeah, like I say, Dad'll be doing more of an intro in his swim. We've got a camera in each swim this time, and we'll go from there. Hello mate, you found them rats? Bless him, he's been ratting, state of him, and I'm going to get my first rod out, so I'll catch up with you guys soon. So Ben's going out, wading out to get his rod round the corner there.
Ted's watching on. It drops off a little bit deeper as he gets round. There's the swans. He's trying to get it out over there. Yeah, he's got it into the hole that he wanted to, which is around there. And now he's going back with it. So he's got it where he wants, so he's happy with that. I'll leave it at that. Looks like Ben's got one on. Trying to get it through the pads by the look of it. Looks like it's coming, so hopefully we'll get it. Come on, Ben. He's right opposite me in this bay, so it's ideal for filming. Yep, he's getting his net. Ted's looking, he's standing guard. So yeah, let's see. Come on. It's obviously moving because he's winding. Trees seem to be getting in his way over there. Yep, he's got it back. Well done, Ben. Give him a bit of a row. Must have gone back into the lilies. No, he's got it over there somewhere. I can see the line. Still ain't got it in though. Just giving him a right row. I can see it now. Yeah, it's splashing about over there. He's got his net ready. That's one thing about the fish in this place, they don't give up easy. They give you a right row. And you have to battle them all the way. Yes. Looks like he's winning the battle. Yeah, it's in the net. He's got it. He's a nutter. Right. He's about to lift it out. We'll see what he's got. He set the scales up and everything, so let's have a look what you got there, Ben. Looks good, huh? Just getting it onto the out of the net and onto the weigh sling. He's already zeroed the sling. I'm sure he'll shout across to tell me how much it weighed. Shame I can't zoom into the scales from here. How big? What size? 25? 25 and a half is calling. Good start.
Right, I think Dad got the battle, as I was absolutely soundo and the left hand rod ripped off. And yeah, from Dad's swim, we can actually film each other, to be fair. They're dead opposite each other, and I think he managed to get a fight. But here he is, a lovely 25 and a half common, absolute pristine, proper streamline. But yeah, like I was saying, I was soundo, like I say, we got here early, and the left hand rod, that was from the tuna and garlic. But yeah, what a start, 25 and a half pound, over the moon with that. And Ted went flying because he was sleeping on top of me. But yeah, great battle, and yeah, what a start, 25 and a half pound common. So we'll get that rod back out now, and we'll go from there.
I filmed it from the other side, so got
Yeah.
your play in it and that.
Right, okay, yeah. But yeah, behaving this one, which is very strange for this lake. They normally go mental, don't they? But yeah, 25 and a half. So let's get it back, and hopefully we can catch some more. We got one on, but it's in a pad. I'll let the line go a little bit.
We're back on our Syndicate lake. Unfortunately, news got around that We'd caught a few fish the other week and we've got it and we couldn't get into the swims we wanted to, so we've moved into 2 swims in this bay where all the lilies are. Ben's opposite, as you can see. If I zoom in you can see him. There he is there. Yeah, so we're trying 2 different swims. I've got one rod roughly down there where that overhang is, and my other one is round here in, you can just see through the edge there, that little bit there at the back. So yeah, we've got the old nutcracker on and tuna boilies, so we're just going to sit back and wait now. We're tucked away, we're expecting some rain, so we'll just have to wait and see. I'll speak to you later.
Right, I'm just going to do some rig bits for you at the moment. Now, obviously I've put the camera at an angle as such so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Basically what I'm doing is I've got a 25 stiff link, and I'm going to show you how I tie my stiff links. Nothing special, just a straight bottom bait, but these are the components, and I'm going to show you guys, so bear with me. I'm going to be looking through the lens while tying this, so but hopefully you'll get what I'm trying to show you guys. So right, we'll start off with the hook length. Just got a 25 stiff link. I mean, it doesn't matter what company does it, you know, they're all pretty much the same. So I'll probably take off, I don't know, say about 12 inches to start with. Just so the reason being, because then it gives you something to play with. So we'll cut that off, put that down. Right, now what you want to do is, there's your, obviously the stiff link. I don't know how well that's coming out, guys, but all you do is just a normal hair at the end. So basically loop it like that. Just pull off a little bit more so I've got a bit more to play with. Basically just do an overhand loop to create your hair, which is, obviously when you do this with the stiff link, it is very wiry, but we can take that all out at the end. So basically just an overhand loop. Don't look anything special at the moment because it hasn't been pulled tight, but you get the drift. So just an overhand loop. What I'm going to do is just put the rig tool on the end of that, give it a bit of wet, and then I'm just going to, where are we? There we are. Just going to pull that tight. So that's pulled tight now. What that'll do is as well is straighten out the actual stiff link material as well. So that's that part. So you can see that's all nice and straightened. Basically what we will do from there, we'll cut off the excess, which is that amount. Right, this is the tricky bit. You want a bit of silicone tube now. Don't need a lot of this. Tiny bit, a little bit of silicone tube. They come in different sizes, so find what fits your hook pattern. So I'm just going to cut a tiny little bit of silicone off. Not a lot, just a tiny bit. Then what you do with this bit of silicone, don't know how well that's coming out, guys, is you thread that down the other end to your hair. So like so. So that is on. You can see that the silicone is on. What you want to do is push that just halfway down for now. Right, and we'll get your hook. This is a DX size 4 from Deception. These are my special hooks. They're a curved shank hook, and they're a lovely bit of wire on them. Basically, they're very hard to eject, and they are needle sharp. Right, you can see that bit there. Obviously, there's the hook. Obviously, put the hook length through the back of the hook. So basically, your silicone will be near the eye of the hook. Right, this is the tricky bit without splitting the silicone. Pull the silicone down. You basically want that hook point, which is there where my finger is pointing, yeah, you can see the way the hook point is. That has now got to go through that silicone, but make sure that the hook point goes down towards the hair that you made. So basically what we do is we go through. It can be a bit tricky. Obviously remember, I'm trying to do this at an angle for you guys. There we go. So what you'll do is the point of the hook will come through like so. If you guys can see that. So the point of the hook is facing downwards. Come like that, it's easier, isn't it? So the line will be one side of the silicone and the hook will be the other side. Obviously both will be through the middle of the silicone, but hook point down. Try not to split the silicone. Right, now basically you thread that silicone all the way round, like so. And what you do is you push that back through like so. Obviously now this is where you adjust your hair length, etc. It's obviously if you're using a 14mm bait, 18, you can measure it now. You can actually put the bait on now and measure it if you want, but obviously where I've done this quite a few times, you get to know the gauge that you need. So we're going to pull that like so. I reckon that's about right. We're using 15mm hardened hook baits, so yeah, I'm going for that, and that's perfect. Right, all you want to do now is just, I normally do 5 turns around the knotless knots. That's 3, 4, 5, and then basically sorry, I just heard a fish jump. I don't know if you guys heard that. Basically come back through the back of the eye of the hook like so, like you see that, and then just pull it straight. Now this is the rig side of it, pretty much complete. That's it there. So that's basically the business end of it all, and you can see you don't need to add actually any shrink tube to that. Can you actually see the natural curve in it already? Because it's a stiff link, the actual stiff link will act as the kicker, because it naturally wants to sit out, whether it's that way or whether it's that way, it always wants to kick. Right, now at the other end, all I do is the same hair, like the loop you use for your hair, I'll just use that, basically back down, back through, and then just pull tight. Then again, just get your rig tool, pull that. You can wet it if you want, just pull it straight. So what I'll do is I'll show you the finished article. Which is, I'm going to trim that little bit of that tag end down on my loop, because we don't need that. That there, guys, is, I don't know if you realise if it's easier to see that way. There you go. Obviously I've just got to cut, let me cut that tag end off there. You will see the finished article. What I'll do is, if I put the tool through there, and now on a pair of scissors, that there is pretty much, it's not coming out that well really, is it? I'll put that in the palm of my hand. That there is the rig. It's a very, 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 can you see how visible it is? Look at it against my hand now, imagine that in the lake water. And I think this is why we're doing well. Like I say, we did start off with the coated braids, we did okay, but I think we're doing better now that we've switched to the 25-pound stiff link. So yeah, there's the rig. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll lay it down on the bucket, because you might be able to see it a bit more better. There it is there. If I zoom in on that rig, get rid of the pulley tools, and come right in on that. And there it is, that's it guys. It is pretty as simple as that, and then all I'm doing is just putting a tuna and garlic on the left hand rod. That's the one we've had to bite on, the 25 common. And then on the right hand rod we've got spicy fish. So but yeah, that's it. Easy as that. You don't need no shrink tube with this rig. It's basically line, silicone tube and a hook. Can't get any more simple. So there's the rig anyway. Just thought I'd tie one up. I'm going to tie a couple more up now, just spare ones for the box. And I'll catch up with you guys soon.
Looks like Ben's on to another one. It looks like he's got it out of the lily pads. He's got his net, so yeah, looks like he's gonna net it for us. He's got it. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it looks like another carp he's got.
Well guys, I've just had another one, and it's one of the latest little babies, one of the stockies, but I thought I'd just show you it. I don't know, it's probably about 12 pound, I haven't weighed it. Little common. But yeah, that was on the right hand rod. Like I say, it's about, I don't know, I haven't weighed it, it's probably about 12 pounds, something like that. Just trying to look at the screen, I don't know what that's coming out like. But yeah, nice little one for the future. So just push that back forward a little bit more for you guys so I can come in a bit. There you go. And but yeah, on the right hand rod, that one. So it was on the spicy. So this one likes a bit of vindaloo, shall we say. But yeah, so I'm going to wind in soon anyway, go around and see Dad, have a bit of dinner. As you can see, Ted's in the background. But yeah, nice little one, about 12 pounds, something like that. Let's get him back and let's get that rod straight back out. Funny enough, it was on the rig that we tied earlier. So let's get that rig straight back out and let's see if we can catch another one.
So Ben's just been out and put some bait out close to the lilies. That's where he's having his runs from. Hopefully I'll get one soon. Evening guys, it's coming up to up past 6 now. I've not had anything. Ben's had 2, he's had a 25 and a smaller one. Me, I'm blanking at the moment. I've seen a couple of fish in my side of the lilies, and I have cast close to them, and hopefully they'll come out and pick my bait up. But nothing to report at the moment. Hopefully with the evening coming in and the night coming in, something will materialise. The 2 guys that are in the what we call the favoured swims are one's blanking, and they've been here a couple of nights, they've only had 2 fish. So maybe it's hard, or maybe they're just not feeding, whatever. But we'll let you know when we catch something, and I'm hoping I'm going to catch something between now and tomorrow morning. Speak to you later guys.
Well guys, it's the It's the evening on the first night, and as you can see, Dad is opposite me and he has one on. So let's watch him how this one goes. Looks like, let me adjust the camera, lads. Look, doing a bit of a nightmare here. It looks like I might have snagged him up. But yeah, that's the problem here, they do get right in these snags. Yeah, he's giving it a bit of side there. So I was just sitting there and got a shout. That's the good thing about these two swims. Obviously there's like an out of bounds bit, and but we're opposite each other, and as you see with the pads there, that's where we're fishing. Obviously he had one down that margin. Looks like he's just let the line slack and just see if it'll pull itself out. Like I say, there is a lot of terrain in this lake. You know, there's a lot of snags. Your gear needs to be up to scratch to fish this lake. If your gear ain't up to scratch, you ain't going to land nothing out of this lake. So it's just a case of putting it back down, let some line out and see what happens. But I think what we'll do is we'll come back to you when he gets this fish out, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, like I say, we're on that evening period now, and I've had two. That was Dad's first one there, so and we're the only ones to have caught on the lake, so yeah, all good points, and we're all baited, all ready to go. Like I say, I think the time's now about 7:30, but we're just waiting to see if Dad can get this one out. But I think what we'll do, guys, I think we'll come back to you when he's got this sorted. Well, unfortunately, guys, Dad lost that fish. It had done him in the snag, which was, if I'll just pan the camera around, obviously that margin down there, there was some tree roots down there, and it's done him in that, unfortunately. But yeah, gutted for him really. So it was, you know, his first bite of the day, and yeah, he's just redoing his rods now, so he's just clipped up. I found over, as you can see, all the lilies. Yeah, this is what we're up against, and that's just what you can see, guys. There is absolutely tons of them underneath it. That rod is actually going in. See that hole there? I'll just come down a little bit. There you go. So if you can see like there's an entrance into it just there. He's just casting into that bit. So obviously he's just all clipped up. So we shall put him on the spot and see how good his cast is. God, excuse me, guys. No, it ain't COVID. I'm all negative, don't worry. So we go back into the swim where Dad is. So there we go. He's going for the cast. Let's go back to where this should be landing, which I'm assuming is there. So if we just pan there, and let's watch it. Bang on the money. Absolutely bang on the money, that was. It was a great cast. Right in between the little channel there. And I would think that should get a bite tonight in there. Like I say, when you're doing this style of fishing in holes like that and little channels, little cut throughs, bait runners need to be off. You know, as you see there, Dad was £21 line, but unfortunately he got done on the near margin. So done the hard work, got it out. It's done him in his near margin. So but yeah, as you can see, that's what we're up against. You are going to lose the odd one or two when you do this style of fishing, but we just go pan back round now to Dad, which is just there. Just come up a little bit, and as you can see, the bivvy is right next to the rods. It's locked up. It's the same with me this side. It's literally like you could put your hang out the bed chair and put your hands on your rods. You know, it's one of those, it's that type of fishing. So, but yeah, like I say, I'm assuming that he's going to get one tonight. He's just putting some baits in them pads, and let's just watch him put a little bit of bait out. I'm not too sure actually what Daddy's using. Like I say, I'm staying with the tuna and garlic and the red spicy fish. So there you go, look at that, bang all round the pads. So he's already put a few pouchfuls out already. But a bite is all that he wants, just enough for a bite. I think he's going one more. There we go. That's it, all in the pads, all over it. Just keeps them feeding, then it keeps them guessing, guys. So, but yeah, as you can see, if you look in the background of this picture, look at all the pads all over this lake. It's, it reminds me of an old estate lake, you know. You could just imagine popping a float up, you know, doing a bit of tench fishing against this. And, but yeah, now there's some great fish in here. But yeah, you need to be on your toes, have your wits about you to land these fish. Like I say, you know, I've lost fish out of here. Loads of members lose fish out of here, absolutely loads. And you've got to bulk your gear up and make sure you're using the right stuff. So, alright, I think we'll just pan back round to the old man, because it looks like the Spanish Armada have just turned up, as in the ducks, which are a bloody pain in the arse in this lake, if I'm honest. And there's more, here they come, look. Bundle! Bloody things. So yeah, looks like the catapult's gone down for the moment. But right, we'll leave it there, guys. Like I say, it's the evening of the first night. And I'll say if I catch anything in the night, I'll get the camera out. And I'll do some filming there, because there is a no sacking policy here. So hopefully you might see me in a few hours. Right, morning guys, come back a little bit. He just see me had a fight there, and it's another baby one. So the time's about 6 in the morning, very quiet in the night. Only a baby one, but Yeah, a little wake up call for me. Of course, he is tiny. Look at that one. She's a babber, proper stocky. Just coming a bit weird up. There you go. But yeah, little baby. I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 pounds, something like that. But yeah, this little stocky, absolutely ripped off as well. Sound that I was. So it's about 6 in the morning. So nice little alarm clock for me that was. But yep, there you go. One of the current stockies of the lake. Well, not what we're after. So let's drop him back now.
Well, good morning everybody. Had a bit of a disaster in the night. I actually hooked one, I got one in. It was a nice beautiful silver type common, but it weighed about 15 pounds. I didn't weigh it, but I guessed it at about 15 pounds. So I put it back, not a problem. And then later on my left hand rod went off and unfortunately it got into some snags, but I managed to get it out. It was going absolutely mental. I did see the fish, it looked about mid-20, something like that. And it was swimming around and it decided to do one last surge, and as it did, bang, the line cracked, and that was it. It's all over. So that was it for the night. Speak to you later. As I said to you, it was a bit of a disaster in the night. Got one, lost one. At least it stopped raining for now. It's getting quite warm now. But I've redone the rods now, back on the spots. But I've got them bowline tight so that they don't take any line or anything like that. But we'll just have to wait and see. Ben had a little pup in the night. That was about it. But it doesn't seem to be anybody else on the lake as far as we can see. But we're happy where we are. It's a bit of a battle, bit of a challenge. Let's hope we can keep up with it. Talk to you later. Bye guys.
Right guys, as you see, I had one of the stockies early this morning, and I don't know, about 5 or 6 pound, and but nothing else happened this morning. The fish have drifted back into the pads, but it was a very, very quiet night. But the one thing I am starting to notice in this swim, compared to others that I've fished on the Syndicate, you get a few small ones in here. You know, I've had 3, I had a lovely 25, but I've had a 12 pounder and a 6 pounder. Obviously the stockies from the lake, I understand, you all have them on every lake, it's the future. But so yeah, I'm going to have a little change up today. And basically to the left of this swim there's like a little stalking swim. So I've got a single bank stick and we're going for it. This is proper jungle warfare, this is. And like I say, we're going to stick a rod in there. I'm going to stay with the same rig. Obviously for this style of fishing you're going to need beefed up gear. So like I say, we've got a 21 pound main line. Got a 3 ounce lead there, which is on a deception lead clip, which will come straight off. 25 pound stiff link and a size 4. I'm not messing about. This, like I say, is jungle warfare. I'm going to continue with the tuna and garlic. Like I say, I've had 3 and they've all been on the tuna. So we're going to stick with that. Put them over there. And I'm going to get one on now. So, tuna and garlic up. But yeah, I went round to Dad to see him, just had a bit of breakfast, and he had a small one in the night as well, 15 pound. So, but I don't know if he'd done any filming on it. It was a silly o'clock, to be fair. If I'd have caught a 15 pounder at a silly o'clock, I wouldn't have got the camera out either. Bit different if it was a 20 odd. But but I think he's lost one as well, which done him in the snags, the one that we see yesterday. But no, other than that, that has been literally it. So I'm just going to sort this bait out now, and join me in a minute when it comes to the jungle warfare rod, and I'll show you exactly where I'm putting it. Right guys, like I said, it's jungle warfare, so as you can see, Ted's guarding the rod. But we've got one rod, which is, I'll show you the swim, because I haven't actually done that yet. as you can see, we're basically in a corner. Dad's opposite there. There he is, that's Dad. So basically we've got all these pads. Now, I'm going to put the tripod down a sec. Let's do a little bit of adjusting for you guys. Bear with. There we go. Right, so basically we've got all these pads here. You can see all the little cut throughs, etc. Blah de blah. It's all happening in this swim. Now, I'll zoom right in on these. There you go. That's what you're up against. This is why you need the proper tackle. This is why a lot of people lose fish at this lake. But basically, if I spin round a bit more, you can see. Basically, you're ending with pads. It's a snag corner. It's a snag swim. It goes all the way around. So you basically got your own bit of water. No one can touch you because you're this side of the pads. Obviously, there's Dad, just there. He's bang opposite. So basically, where he would be fishing, if I zoom in, there's like a channel and out of bounds, which is over here behind this green tree. So he's got obviously one in there, and then we see him casting into, there's a channel here which leads into this gap into the pads. So that's where they would fish in there. But also, I mean, just look behind it all. Look at all the pads behind. You know, it's a real snaggy bay. There's a lot going on under the water that you don't know. So if I zoom back out, and then basically you got this right hand edge here tonight, which tonight I'm actually going to fish, because just down there, there's a cut through there which goes to the out of bounds. That's one side of it, and this is the other side. I didn't fish there last night. I heard them in there though, and so tonight I'm going to stick a rod on the entrance. That's only close, very close quarter stuff. But if I come back to the pads now, like I say, I was fishing on the edge of these last night and nothing. They were in there during the day. I mean, you can see the pads rocking and stuff like that. You know, there's obviously a lot of fish in these pads, and you know, look at it. It's the biggest safe house on the lake. So I can see why they're here, but I do believe you get some smaller ones and the big ones in there. So it's just hard to be selective. Like I say, I think this is more a day swim, and like I say, I had 3 bites so far and they've all been in daylight. So well, tell a lie, I've had 4 but I lost 1 and I just couldn't get him out of the pads. So but yep, that's the way it goes unfortunately when fishing in this lot. But last night I was sitting there and watching a little bit of YouTube, you know, like the evening time, and I kept hearing fish to the left. Now obviously I've got a massive tree here, but the other side of it, now if you guys follow me a sec, obviously people have made this into a stalking swim or whatever, hence why the landing net is there ready. Now this is proper jungle warfare. People have made an entrance here, and obviously it's a fish down here. Bit suicidal. To be fair, it's got Nash Tackle written all over it. It's got Alan Blair written all over it. And I heard some seriously, when I say seriously big fish for this lake, you know, so I heard some good fish in here last night. So basically that's what we've done. I've actually got it. So it is literally right under that lot. Literally dropped it at the end of the tip rod tip. Everything is tightened right up. Bait runner is actually off, to be fair. It's all locked in. But yeah, that's where we are with that rod, literally just underneath our rod tip. So if I get a bite, all hell is going to break loose in there. So we're trying in there. So yeah, as you can see, people have made it's obviously a spot that people use here, and I only come across it this morning. I thought I'll have a little look, and yeah, God forbid, there's a little swim down there, so obviously people do it. So and then we've got the one rod round here. So that's pretty much it. If I just put you back down on the floor. But yeah, there's the swim. But there's a lot going on in this swim, and then obviously that's opposite. But yeah, like I say, I've got one in that this little like cove thing just here. Just in there, baited up in there with a lot of tuna and garlic. That's the one that's been doing the bites. I've had 3 from that spot, and then 1 from another spot, but obviously I lost that. And so we've still got 1 there, but the one where I've only had 1 bite off, I've totally taken it out now, and we've gone down there with it. So, but yep, that's about it now. So I think I might even have a little snooze, and hopefully we get woken up. But I'm expecting that jungle warfare rod to go. So yep, we'll take it from there, guys. But I'll tell you what though, just while we're on the subject, don't it remind you of an old estate, mate? Old tench fishing. Imagine with a float up against that log, couldn't you? Look at it all. So, but right, we'll leave it there, and we'll catch up soon.
I think Ben might have another one on, I'm not sure. He's doing something, he's having a fag, and he was pulling just now, so I assume it's gone into the lilies and he's waiting for it to come out. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, he's going for a pull again. Yeah, I should think he's got something on. Yeah, I can see it splashing in the lilies. We're going for the pull. You can just see it over there somewhere. Right, it's a bit further back. It's nearly out. He's waiting again. Yeah, it looks like he's got it out. It's come out. Just got his net. Yeah, he's got it in the open water now. I see it. Yeah, he's netted it. Another one to bin.
Right guys, it's all been a change. What I told you earlier, it's all change. Basically what's happened is hold on a sec, bear with me. Sorry about that, turn the screen around. Right, basically what's happened, I've come to the conclusion that corner is just Shitterville. Basically what I mean is by that, it's just little uns in there. I heard some big fish around to the left of me, but I can't physically get around the tree and there's too many pads to pull them back, and it's not my water, so it wouldn't be fair on the angler in there. However, the stalking swim that was to the left of it, thought here we go, plan B. Put it in there, set it all up. First fish, tench, so I was not best pleased. Hold on a sec. Ted, what are you doing? Go back. Come on. That's what happens when you've got a dog with you, chaps. So I've reset it all up. I thought, right, okay, another go, put it back in there. And I couldn't believe it. It's ripped off. I thought, yes, here we go, it's going to be a better one. £6 common. I was just like, you're having a laugh, aren't you? As I'm dealing with that little thing, I've thrown him back. My right hand rod's gone off, which is in the main swim. And yeah, another common, about £6. I was just like, that's it. You know, like when you think, that's it, had enough. And I thought, right, I've got one more night left. Let's go down the other end. So basically where I was, obviously Dad was opposite, so I've leapfrogged Dad and I'm in the middle sector of the lake now. I will spin the camera around in a sec. It's a lovely little swim. Looks a bit like when you're in France, you know, it's proper built up here. I've got an island in front of me, but I'm not fishing the island, I'm fishing down the two margins. I got in here and I see one lump straight out in the middle between me and the island. When I say see it, I didn't see the size of it, I heard it. You know, like one of those bodash, you look round, there it was. So I've clipped up, I've gone one down the edge as well. And I think that the wind's just starting to trickle into this bank. So I'm just going to see if they come in. I think maybe it might be a night swim because I'm fishing in the edge. I mean, I will keep an eye out on the island. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that swim. I mean, I've had, what, 5 out of there now. I've had a 25, which is great, it's what you come here for. I've won about 12 and you think, right, you don't mind taking one of the stockies. But then to have 3 6-pounders and a tench, you know, when you just think, nah, I've got to go, I've got to go. And Dad's staying where he is. If you can hear the whining, it's Ted. He's getting right on my bloody nerves yesterday. But yeah, it's been one of those, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We're catching, but it's not what I come here for, if that makes sense. You know, in a match, lovely, they all count, don't they? You know, brilliant. I catch 6 pounders all night long, especially if there's a nice big check at the end of it. But there isn't. It's my own fishing. So, but I'll spin the camera around for you now. So, if we give it one of those and one of those, right. I've nipped one rod out. As you can see, he's there moaning because I've tied him up to a tree. So yeah, basically, that's what we got in front of us. Obviously, I've got the right hand rod out. So if I zoom in for you, obviously we've got this island here in front of us. It's not far, 40 yards, so right. Again, it looks a good spot, but the Ted, what are you doing? Go back. Sorry, chaps. Get back. Oh, get out of it. The as you can see with the island there, don't look a bad spot, you know, especially the tips of it, it looks alright. But when you come back into this swim, I'll zoom back out, see you've got all of this down here. Now I'm not in this bay, I thought I'd leave it, but what I'm going to do is, it points round, so under that bush, so just to the right of it, I'm going to stick a bait there because it points round into another arm. So obviously it's going to be a good passing point, so that's where I'm going to stick one, just in there. If I pan back out, obviously that's the island. Roughly where that duck is, that's where I see one, you know, see the one lump out. But you come back down this side, and you've got all of this margin down here. Then I can pretty much guarantee everyone that comes into this swim goes bang, straight out to that. And I bet no one hardly fishes down there. So I've clipped up. Basically, I'm right on the point up there where them bushes. I'll zoom in a bit more. See where that branch comes in. See the hole? Right, that's where I'm in. Right in that hole there. I bait it up. I've just put about half a key of tuna and garlic in there. Like I say, the wind's trickling in here quite nicely. So I'm expecting a bite on that rod. Whether it'll be today, I don't know. It could be in the night. But yeah, we pan back round. That's all the island. And then there's another cut through there, but this tree here, I'm just going to go just past it. I'd like to go roughly where that duck is right in there, but I ain't going to get a cast under that. Just past it, and then I can go round onto this point here. You can bait up off of that, which is good. So that's the plan of attack. All the house is set up. She's all ready to rock and roll. So I'll just put you back down here. But yeah, like I say, we're all ready to rock and roll with it all. And Let me get it in focus for you. I'll sit back down. So there it is. You've seen the swim. It's just got to flip that lens back round, chaps. You've seen the swim. The rig's still the same. Basically, I've stuck with the tuna and the garlic. I've got that already out on. Let me get some line off of that. I've already got tuna and garlic on the right hand rod. I've been catching well with it, so I mean I've got some nutcracker here and some fully loaded, but I've been doing alright with that tuna and garlic. And it's, from what I believe, it's one of the lesser ones that gets used at Urban. But believe it or not, according to the governor himself, it's the one with the best ingredients in. Not saying the others haven't got a good ingredients in, because they all have, but out of them all, tuna and garlic, he said I've got the most expensive, not better, most expensive ingredients. So that's why I'm going to stick with it. Obviously we're in the summer, they've spawned. You know, you'd like to think that certain ingredients they're craving from, so but that's the plan anyway. I've had a move. The rig's still staying the same. I'll come in for you guys with that. £21 mainline, deception lead clip, 3 ounce square, probably about 5-6 inches of 25 stiff fluorocarbon, size 4 deception hook with 14mm hardened tuna and garlic. Bottom bait, pretty simple isn't it, with a snap link obviously there. Always use them, love them, easy to use, better than any quick link swivel, and it's much quicker as well. So so yeah, that is the rig. I've got the same on the right hand rod, so looks like it's just going to start to rain, but yeah, it's encouraging seeing that one, but it doesn't mean say you're going to get catch, does it? Do you know what I mean? So but right, I think I'll have a cigarette first, and I'm going to get this rod out, bait up round the point, and we'll go from there. So but yeah, I didn't film the little ones. I mean, I filmed one of the 6-pounders for you lot, but you know, corner angle ain't about 6-pounders really, so not unless we're in a match, of course. But we'll leave it there, guys. I think the time is roughly, don't let me phone's gone, probably a bit. I think it's about 3ish. So we'll get all these out. That's done then for the night, and then I think you'll join me in Dad's swim in a little while, because what I've done is I've leaked Dad now. So so yeah, we'll go from there. But oh, there we go, first bleep, boys. Right, I think we'll leave it there.
Well, it's afternoon, it's 3 o'clock now. Ben's just moved out of the swim over the other side of this bay, and he's gone to the swim behind me. Nothing to report. I had a little take, but I think it was a tench or something like that, but I didn't get it in. But we're hopeful. It looks so lovely, doesn't it? Looks like an old estate lake, this part of it. It's got everything here on this lake, bars, you know, gravel, it's got silt, it's got lilies, and it's got reeds. It's brilliant. Well, I've just put the rods back out because I helped Ben to move, and I've baited up. I've baited up quite heavily this time. Let's see what the evening, night and morning brings. Hopefully some fish for me. Speak later.
Right guys, well we're coming into that last evening period now, mate, and like I say, not a lot's really happened, has it, mate, eh? No, not a lot's really happened. Went and sat down in Dad's swim for a little while, and see a few down there where he was, so just come back to me swim, and as you can see the wind's got up, got the bad boys out in the background. Carp dog Ted, he's been fed, he's all watered, so you're all right, and he fell in again today. See these balls that are here right behind my shoulder? He fell in. He was going across and he chasing a duck. Back legs have gone in, and yeah, we had to save him today. But yeah, other than that, stop it, will you? He a bit quiet, so just hope that the move pays off in the night, and we'll go from there. But I think it's time to put the kettle on now. Obviously, try and calm this one down, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, the wind's pushing in here nicely now. Hopefully just one, just a proper one. No more 6-pounders please, I'd rather not get the bite. No more 12-pounders, and Let's start catching some of the original ones in here, like I was in my other swim. And like I say, I'm not going to move the rods now. They're staying where they are until something happens. So hopefully I'll see you in the middle of the night, or it'll be first thing in the morning, disappointed. See you soon.
Look at these little beauties. This is what we're using. 3-ounce squares at the moment. We've got a new lead sponsor, by the way, S&M leads. He sent us some samples. We were very impressed with them, so we put in an order for a few leads, and this is what's come back, and we're really impressed with them. We're really pleased with them. We've not had the coating come off of any of them, so that's a plus, and we're going to continue to use them. But we're not just got squares, we've got zips and stuff like that, and pairs. But yeah, S&M leads, that's what we're using now. Right, and there we go. And there's Dad this morning. I had to shout out. And there's Dad with a lovely £23 common. Looks absolutely immaculate. That's what we come here for. None of them shitters. And yeah, looks great, that does. So £23 on the money. Lovely common, that one. And good fight, mate.
Yeah, brilliant fight.
Yeah.
It's in such a small swim, this one as well, so you can't let line out. There's snags either side.
Yeah.
But I managed to get him, so that was it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, that's it. No, it looks immaculate, mate. Like I say, it's the first one. If you can hear whining, that's Ted. Shut up. But yep, £23 on the money. Immaculate common. And let's see if we can get another one.
Give it back now, eh?
Yeah.
Right, morning guys. The move paid off eventually. The first light this morning, and a cracking 2412 common. I think it was 2412. Yeah, 2412 common. And shall I say, it's just a bit bloody lively. Let's try and lift him up.
They don't give up in here, do they? Even when they're on the bank.
Looking at the mat there, he is absolutely crapping out bait everywhere. So he's a bit lively. And there she is. Come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Go this way then. If that's
They're lovely commons though, aren't they?
beautiful fish. This one's a beautiful carp. She'll let me hold her up. There you go. Absolutely crapping out bait all over my hands by the look of it. And the 2412. That's what we come here for. Much better fish. No 6-pounders now. So yeah, the move was well worth it. So Dad's obviously had one, which was a nice 23. So yeah, great. So I think we're getting back. And time for the pack up maybe, who knows, we might get one more, but like I say, well worth the move. Alright guys, I thought I'd just run through the bait with you quickly, and yeah, it's been the tuna and garlic that's done the damage for me this trip. Like I say, I've had 6 and I've lost 1, so obviously I've moved swims as well. But that's the mix there pretty much. As you can see, it's got tuna and garlic in, like the boilies, the dark ones. It's got a few spicy fish in there as well, and some tigers. So but yeah, that's been the culprit for the bait. I mean, that bucket was full up. That's a 5 key bucket. I've probably got about a kilo left now, and like I say, all I've been doing is mixing tigers and boilies together, and I've been letting them have it, as they would say, you know, pouring the tuna glug over the lot of it, as you can see, and then using a hardened tuna and garlic hook bait. That's been it. So yeah, like I say, it's done well this trip. It's I know Dad's caught he's had a couple on it as well. So it was a lovely 23 and a 24 this morning that we both had, and I'm glad I made the move. But that's the bait that I've used. Like I say, I've gone through quite a bit, and you know, when I've seen people fishing here before, it just seems like to me they're using bags and stringers. It seems to be that kind of water, so it does lend itself to it. You know, if you can afford a bit of bait and you like your bait fishing, and I think eventually it does attract the bigger ones in. You know, it's just like anything, you feed them, they will come in. You know, yeah, you'll get your opportunists with your bags and your stringers, you know, like always, you know, fantastic fish catchers, especially if you're on fish. But if you're baiting and waiting, then yeah, I recommend give this lot a go. It's, as you've seen, 6 for me. I think Dad's had 2 or 3. I think we've had 8 or 9 again between us, and you know, we're looking around the rest of the syndicate and there's not a lot else coming out, so there's definitely something in it. So we'll just run through that. But yeah, like I say, tuna and garlic boilies, a few spicy fish ones in there, as you can see, and some tiger nuts. Basically just mixing the lot, soaking it up, and letting them have it, as they would say. So but yeah, that was a banging 24 this morning. I'll just come onto the rods now, just come up, there's the rods there. But yeah, like I say, it's nicked that one this morning, and it was a better fish. You know, that's what we moved here for. And so to be fair, I ain't even touched that island all in front of me yet. So but I will do. I'll definitely come back in this swim. Like I say, it's you got a little bit of water in here. You ain't got tons, but you've got enough for 2 rods. You know, you've got a bit of scope. There's a big entrance there to the main body of the lake as well there. So you know, maybe I need to get over there and have a little go as well. And I think it's just a time to start going around the lake now, you know, because like them swims that we go in, people are realising what we're doing now, and basically they're following us straight in, you know. So, but you don't blame them, you know. Once you've done your session, get in there, lads. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's time to just maybe start going elsewhere on the lake, having a little feel for it. And was that £24.12 common showed. It was well worth the move. Like I say, I was catching 6-pounders out of the shitter's corner, as we call it. Well, as me and Dad call it now. Lovely swim though, beautiful swim. I mean, when you go in there, it's a proper carper's paradise. Lilies, overhangs, a lot. You know, you think, oh yeah, I've died and gone to heaven here. But it's where a lot of the shitters live, you know. So there are big ones down there, but you've got to wade through them to get through them. So but yep, I think that'll do for now. Like I say, I think the time's about 8 o'clock now. Got both the rods back out, and like I say, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm well pleased with that move. It certainly paid off. Alright, I'll leave it there, guys, and let's see if we can. I'm going to be going in a couple of hours anyway, so let's just see if we can nick one more. Not greedy, I'm hungry, as they say. So we'll leave it there.